Good afternoon. My name is Adrienne Farrar, and I'm a resident in Bridgeport, Connecticut. My family has been living here for a long, long time, since 1881, when my great uncle came from Virginia to live in Bridgeport. Bridgeport at that time was just beginning to be a real center for industry, and has been a city that's been extremely prosperous from its industrial endeavors and really took off during the wars because it was always a center for armaments. The interesting part, of course, today is that since the 1960s it's been in decline, and there's very little manufacturing left, although there is a good level of niche manufacturing that still goes on here. We have a very, very high unemployment rate. It's a majority minority community with about 2/3 black and Hispanic population. One of the interesting things about the environmental justice issues in Bridgeport is that it's kind of a wide span of all different sorts of issues that many communities can face, especially those that are in the Rust Belt, the old industrial centers. Not only do we have a lot of hazardous materials in our homes, but we are also surrounded by a lot of activity that could be construed as hazardous to the current populations. I know that part of your interest here has to do with our coal burning plant as being one of the most toxic in the United States. But we don't only have that as an issue. We do, of course, it's right down on the south end, which is an old area of Bridgeport, and on top of that, an old black area of Bridgeport that has existed since the early part of the 19th century. So the polluting agents coming from that particular plant are exacerbated by the fact that we have I-95, which is a major thoroughfare coming up from New York right on through Boston, that goes all the way across Bridgeport along the waterfront areas.